Sound is up, and we're live.
Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome to another Monday Night Monster Jam. It's me, caseylove, and special guest Noah Rivers.
What's up?
Yes. What's up, Noah? How's it going, buddy?
Going good.
Glad you could join us tonight.
Yep.
And sitting back here, Sam Caterstrano.
Yep.
So, tonight's show is a little different, as you can see. We have our guest, Noah, and we're going to be hanging out, and we are both going to be sculpting on masks. So, something we both cherish and love to death. And so, we thought, let's hang out and sculpt masks together. It'd be cool. So, that's what's on the agenda. We also, tonight, are going to be talking about our next contest idea, which is developed rather quickly. And it's going to be, not next contest, what am I saying? Our next giveaway / contest, sorry. So we are going to do another giveaway, and we are going to turn it into a contest. So for you painters out there that like to paint and show your skills,
Listen up.
listen up, because this is going to be for you. So what we're going to do is, it's probably hard to see from that camera, but we'll zoom in later and show you this bust that I have here, or Sam can do it there. And this is a old Cyclops bust I did, not really old, but it's a number of years old. And I thought, let me cast up 10 or so of these and give them away, and we'll send them out to you, and then we'll give everybody a certain amount of time to paint them. And then what we'll do is we'll share your paint job on the live stream, and then we'll judge them and pick a winner. And the winner will then win something from me, which we're not sure yet what that's going to be. But there you go. So that's the contest. Basically, in a nutshell, we'll revise some things as we go and figure it all out. But so we're going to do that as our next giveaway / contest. We thought we'd do something to make it fun for all you guys, challenging for those of you that want to paint. It'd be super cool. There is one thing that comes to mind I want to share tonight. Hey, Sam, did you see that paper over there with that little zombie head? Can you hand that to me?
The paper or the zombie?
Both, yeah. I want to share something cool with you guys tonight. Both of them, yeah, I can just bring them. Thanks, man, thanks. Okay, so a while back, a dad and his son contacted me, and they're big fans of the work, and the son was a big fan of my work, and just chatting back and forth. I think they bought a model kit from me a while back and stuff, and the son's real big fan of what I do. So it was cool because recently I got a little surprise in the mail from him, and I'd like to share it with you guys. It was super cool. He sent me this really super awesome letter with some really cool monster drawings on there. And he sent me a Mike Swiss stack little zombie head that he painted himself, all himself. So I just wanted to thank Liam, if you're watching and listening. Oh, sorry, there, Liam, if you're watching and listening, I want to thank you, man. You rock. I will cherish this. This is super awesome. I appreciate it. You rule. Cool work. Love it. And your drawings are super, super cool. So thank you so much for that. Anyway, he sent me this awesome letter, told me I better read it, and that, he's a big fan and everything. I just wanted to tell Liam and give him a shout out to him and his dad and his family over here. Sorry, getting give him a shout out. Thank you, buddy. Keep rocking. Keep making cool monsters. And thank you so much. I appreciate the gifts. You're awesome. So thank you, Liam. All right. So yeah, tonight, Noah Rivers. Noah.
It's going to be a great example of what to do with caseylove, and then a what not to do with
No.
That's what's going on.
This guy's too modest. He's so humble and modest. That's what I love about Noah. Noah, tell us, since you're with us tonight hanging out, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your background, how you got into masks, monsters, whatever you want to share. Not to put you on the spot, but like, how did you get started? Because I know I met you when you were very young. 14?
14.
I met you when you were 14 at Mask Fest, and you're now 21. 22. Sorry, 22.
Yeah.
I was trying to make you younger than you
Well,
already
no,
are.
I should have just let you.
You should have
ride
left
with
it alone, man. Yeah.
I know.
Anyway, 22. I met you when you were 14. When you were 14, you were already so brilliant. I wanted to cut your hands off because you were so good. You know, he came up to me at 14 and showed me some likenesses of monster characters, and it was like, whoa! Like it was professional work that I'm used to seeing from top professional sculptors. It was this little kid. You know, I was like, ugh. I was totally jaw drop. You know, whoa, what? And anyway, came up with his parents and who were super awesome, nice people, lovely people. And I've known him ever since, become such a good friend of mine. And now Noah's out here in LA working in special effects.
Yep.
But how did you get into monsters?
I don't even know. I think I was just born weird. I mean, I always say that my mom dropped me on my head, and like I just ended up warped.
It's not her fault.
It is true, but not really. Like I was still in the carriage, and I was fine. But yeah, no, I was born loving Halloween and horror movies and monsters.
Awesome.
And, yeah.
So that's it. That's how you got in. Yeah. And what is it about masks that you love so much? Because that's,
man.
I was thinking about this today, right? Like we have there's a number of us. I mean, there's a lot of us, not just a number, but there's something about masks and mask making beyond the just I don't not. This is not to put down or anything, but beyond just the high-end mask making of like mass production, there's high-end mask and there's mass production and there's even stuff like in the middle, you know, high-end, middle range. There's all these different ranges of mask making and selling as an art or as a wearable art or vice versa. But there's like it's hard to explain. There's like I know for me it comes from my childhood. You know, seeing these things, they left this crazy impact on me.
Yeah.
But what is it about masks that kind of bit you and stuck with you?
I don't know. I think it's the idea of being something you're not, and you can just instantly become it. You know, it's a wearable thing that just instantly, changes you. And I think the brilliance of like high-end mask making, like what Casey does, is you're taking this thing that used to be kind of disposable, you know, like cheapy Halloween stuff, and you're turning it into fine art. That's what it is. It's fine art, you know. Yeah. So I think it's brilliant.
I think what's blown my mind with you though, man, is your push, because everything I've seen you do, it's not even just how high end can I make it. It's like, how can I do something totally different, push the level of it, and then you put in, because I've known you put in mass amounts of money, budget into some of your original pieces of work. I mean, we've talked about your $500 paint job, that he used on one of his masks, for you guys that don't know. But Noah's always striving. What blows me is you're always striving not just for making quality, but also for making in your mask. And I mean, and this is so early on in your career of this stuff, like your side career now, I would call it, because now you're in special effects. But it took me a long time before I started pushing the level of mask to a point. But you're doing it like almost right off the bat in a way, and it's like, so it's really been awesome to watch you develop so fast and so quick, and then want to do this really high end crazy stuff just like that. Now, I mean, was that just because you took notice of other guys doing that kind of thing, or
I think that's it. I mean, when your inspiration is so, because I grew up not with Zagoni or Don Post or, you know, that being my inspiration. I grew up with your masks being my inspiration, with special effects being my inspiration. Yeah. So I mean that's the what you strive.
Yeah, for, seeing other people's stuff. Yeah, I mean, and that stuff too inspired me as well as all those oldies. I mean, seeing other guys ahead of my time, you know, all the mask makers, Steve Wang and Norman Cabrera and all these guys. Okay, that's cool, man. I just wanted to get like a background for the folks out there that may or may not know you. Now Noah also is working in special effects. He's out in LA now. He resides from
Burbank. I'm from Indiana.
From
I'm
Indiana.
But now I live in Burbank.
But he's in Burbank now. And he's worked for big shops like Spectral Motion, and which did some recent work for
Cabinet of Curiosities.
Cabinet of Curiosities.
Going to be out on Netflix in October.
Yeah, so he's worked on that, which is a Guillermo del Toro thing, which was your...
That was my first job out here.
Special effects job, yes. So pretty amazing right off the bat to work on just a huge thing with a huge director at one of the best shops.
Yeah.
So amazing. And then Noah's going to be working on more stuff coming up soon, which we can't talk about, but he's on his way to working on some more cool film stuff, which is awesome. Cool, man. Well, I think what we should do is unveil. Now, everybody knows what I've been working on and the whole backstory to this. And I got to tell you guys, I changed it quite a bit because I wasn't happy with it. So I worked on it a bit, but I didn't want to take it too far. But I wanted to move it in a direction where I was more happy with it because I just wasn't happy with it. And I realized some things about it that I needed to change to get it to be more... get it scarier and look at freakier and stuff. So I didn't like drastically change it, but I did some changes. So we'll show you now what I did, and we'll show what Noah's working on, because Noah brought a mask that's in early stage progress. Yeah. These are both still early stage progress for both of us. But we're going to kind of go back and forth and sculpt for you guys for 2 hours and just talk about whatever comes to mind. And if you guys have any questions out there about what we're doing, our process, we're more than happy to share with you, and or talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. Just whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about.
We actually do have a quick question from Matt Cable.
Okay.
Matt's saying that he's actually originally from Indiana also. He's wondering, Noah, what city you're from.
I'm from Avon, Indiana. Yeah.
Avon.
It's pretty central to Indianapolis. It's close to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I remember you guys being, when we did the Mask Fest show, you guys were like minutes down the road.
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I do remember that. Yeah, it was awesome.
I actually have a question for you too, Noah.
Yes.
Where can people actually find some of your stuff? Do you have an Instagram or something that people can go to?
I have an Instagram and a Facebook. My Facebook, I think, is just Noah Rivers, but then my Instagram is Noah Rivers Creature Design. Awesome. And altogether, it looks like Noah River Screecher. Screecher design when it's all together.
So Noah Rivers Creature Design is his Instagram.
Yep. And then Facebook is just Noah Rivers.
Facebook is Noah Rivers. So check out Noah's work. It's phenomenal. Noah's awesome.
Right now.
Yeah. And if you guys ever watch the show that Chris Nelson and the thing with two heads, Chris Nelson and Sean Clark. Sorry, Sean Clark and Chris Nelson. I know Sean. My God, I'm forgetting his name. They sometimes in the background of Chris Nelson, you'll see one of Noah's masks, his pumpkin mask that Chris has. So, yeah, Noah's sold work to a lot of great special effects guys and other people. So, who are all friends of ours. So, hey Chris, hey Sean, if you guys are out there watching, which we love your show, by the way. Awesome show. Yeah. Keep going, guys. Killer. All right, cool. So yeah, let's.
Casey, let's reveal yours first. Yeah. I'm gonna swap out Noah's chair.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Am I making sound?
No, you're fine. It's the chair that's making sound. This one is
chair. Oh, okay. We're going to swap it out. All right, so we're cameras on this?
Yep.
All right, here we go. And this is where he is at right now. So, to kind of talk about some of the changes that I did on this, I realized that, kind of. So I did a bunch of work, filling things in and trying to make things. I still got lots to do, lots to refine, and the teeth aren't even there yet. But what I did realize was it wasn't scary enough with the nose. So I had to take the nose away. As much as I didn't want it to go more zombie, funny enough, when I took the nose away, it didn't matter anymore because it's still so freaky with the eyes and the way the teeth are jutted and going to be curving this way and these teeth doing this way. And I have this thing going on lately where I love teeth, like the bottom teeth and the top teeth doing two different motions. There's something about that. I did it in a two-headed mask a while back, and I always loved it. So now I'm kind of going to attempt it again in this in a sort of a subtle way. But yeah, I worked on the head shape, the brows, and I kind of pushed these and reworked the lids and just some of all the sinewy stuff. And I haven't really touched the ears, but that's where. Oh, I also cut. Remember early on I showed you guys I cut the jaw and put length. Well, I realized I was much too long compared to my drawing, and there was something. Even though the stretched out look was cool in a way, I went ahead and cut this off camera, last week, and took the whole bottom mouth out, and I actually shortened it back up and put the mouth back. So that's, and I just filled in the gaps and
I went ahead and
it.
threw your image that you posted last week on the stream. I threw that up right.
Yeah, so they can see the difference. Yeah, it's very different. So, yeah. Oh, remind me too, that image I sent over to you, we can share with the giveaway paint-ups. Here's an image we're going to share too, because I don't want to forget, guys. But these are on my desk right now, the paint-ups I'm working on for the giveaway. They're all painted. There's just a few little minor adjustments, tweaks I need to make to them and seal them up. And then we'll ship them out to you guys. So there's a picture for you guys that they are finally almost done. So they will ship next week for sure to everybody. And thank you again for all you guys that helped participate in that. Yeah. And congrats on winning. Okay, cool. So back to the sculpture. That's what I've got right now, and that's where I'm at. Noah.
It's really early on, but
let's
just. I think that's a good one. The
back. No.
Yeah, and I can just work over.
He's not getting it. It's just a plastic bag sculpt. It's just a plastic bag mask.
Kind of artsy, right?
Yeah.
The hefty clocks.
Now wait, how long have you been working on this?
This is like
roughly
2 days, but like a few hours.
Yeah, in those days. So not two full days. Right. It's really just really 4 or 5 hours old.
Right.
Okay.
Rudimentary.
All right. Yeah, I love it. Oh, dude.
It's kind of this.
And you're also doing a half.
Yeah. Kind of this Dorian Gray, Junji Ito, scanners. Weird veining going on.
Boogity. Yeah. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
Boogity.
Let's see it. Turn it. I want to see all the way. Oh, yeah. Big old scanners-y vein.
Yep.
I love it because you know what it has is the shock value.
Right. Look at that ear. Look at that beautifully sculpted.
It'll
really want to focus.
Not under construction.
It'll be not under construction.
That's what you should strive for in a year.
Yeah, don't try to sculpt yours to look real at all.
Do that.
Just shove it
That's
on
what I do.
and be done with it.
Yep.
Dude, what I love about it though, because I can already see where this is gonna go, right? When you refine everything, and dude, it's just got that shock expression that you want in a mask.
And it'll have like bandages and stuff in the finished one. I want to do like dark black bandages over it.
Super cool.
But yeah, this side's gonna be more like pussy and gross.
Yeah,
and
nasty.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool. I dig it, man. I dig it. Cool. All right. So there you go. There's the reveals of what we're working on tonight. We will be Sam will be skillfully, as he is such an awesome camera guy, he's going to jump back and forth between us, I guess. Yep. And we'll just be working away on these. So if you guys, I think what we should do tonight is, Sam, what do you think? Should we take questions as we go, or should we?
Yeah, I think we can do questions as we go.
Okay.
So I'll kind of give you guys an opportunity to flip-flop back and forth.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, if you guys ever want to take a moment to kind of discuss your processes or what you're working on.
All right, sounds good. All right,
and that's a note for you all in the chats. A, like. B, subscribe. C, hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next show next Monday, 6:00 p.m. sharp. And go ahead and list your questions in the chat, and Casey and Noah will do their best to answer each and every one. Enjoy.
There we go. So Noah, what tool are you using Are you using any tool, or are you still with your hands?
A lot of this was just hands, but you can see in here some of that is, a little tooled and
right.
But yeah, primarily, obviously, when you start, It's just all your hands are your best tool.
Your best tool. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah. I think every sculptor agrees with that too. You know, like that's just a common theme for sculpting. Yeah, you don't need to jump into tools too early, you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm shaking this table a little. I gotta grab some clay here. And the clay that we're working in case you guys are wondering, is called wed clay. Now, wed clay is called wed, W-E-D, because it was created by the Laguna Clay Company for Walter E. Disney Company back in the day so that they could sculpt. It's really a great clay for sculpting large things quickly. And it has glycerin in it, from what I understand, that helps it slowly dry out. That's why we like to use it. It slowly dries to like a leather consistency. And at that point, then we can start adding details and stuff. So you can keep it bagged for weeks and months even. And as Noah taught me, you can even revive this stuff months and months later, because he saved my pumpkin head base for me, which I thought was done for. But yeah, it's great stuff. Fast to work in, fast to make changes, and a lot of fun. A little messy, and as we talked last time, I was telling you guys, be careful about the dust levels with this stuff, because the dust, when it's in water, when it's in a wet form like you have it here, it's fine, but it's all the dusty crumbles that it makes. When that stuff kicks up and you kind of breathe it in, it's not good for you.
I actually left my wed over there.
You're good.
Oh, dude,
sorry.
You know what? I can put my bag in between us.
Is that cool?
Yeah, and then I won't be shaking this table.
Sounds good.
Can you just,
Yeah,
you want to just grab out of this?
Absolutely. Casey actually taught me. I didn't know how dangerous wed dust was, and I remember him coming over for that 2018 Mask Fest, and my studio was just completely covered. Like, everything was caked with
that's right.
wed dust. And he's like, dude, this stuff is not good for you.
Yeah.
So I've been a little better. A little bit. Not great, but a little better.
Yeah, what happens with wet is when it becomes a dust and it floats in the air and you're breathing, it's just not healthy for your lungs. On the side of the box, you'll see a warning about cancer, and So just know that if you guys sculpt in the clay, it's not harmful to be touching it or anything like that. It's totally safe and non-toxic that way, but just the dust that it creates is the problem. So it's good to every once in a while wet your air, like just not wet it down, but just mist down your area that you're sculpting. I always mist around my sculpture where the dust settle or where the crumbs kind of collect, and that keeps it more moist, and then you don't get so much dust kicking up. And whatever you do, don't use mom's vacuum to vacuum it up. You'll ruin the vacuum. Use a shop vac. So I'm going to just be adding little forms here and there to this. Like I'm kind of in that early secondary form stage, where I'm just finding more of the character. That's kind of where I'm at. Noah, you're actually in more of an earlier stage.
I'm in like a kind of block out stage.
Yeah, which is cool. And actually, Sam, if you want to focus on Noah for a minute, I'm going to post something. I forgot to post on a couple spots. Maybe we can grab some more viewers tonight.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, here, Noah, can you tell us what you're working on right now exactly?
Yeah. Right now I'm starting ear to put some information there. My sculpting always looks really bad and messy early on, and then it's just a constant process of refining it and getting it, to a place that's hopefully acceptable.
Do you know anybody whose sculpt is perfect right out the get?
Motohata used to. At least I've heard. I didn't know Motohata, but I've heard that he would place little balls of clay, and it was all intentional. And also Dave Grasso too. Watching him sculpt, it's very intentional. Whereas with me, it's very messy and not super intentional. It's just trying to find something, because that's what it's about. You're trying to find it. And trying to find the forms. And even if your forms are like technically good, it can still look bad. Like, just because you can sculpt really well, that doesn't mean that the character works, or it's more of a feeling,
Actually, a question for you, Noah,
yes.
From Matt Cable. Matt's wondering what the black tape on the styrofoam head is for.
It's just to kind of secure it in place so it doesn't, try to make sure it doesn't, wobble around too much, so it pivots, doesn't pivot when I'm, touching it and stuff.
Oh, you know what else too we could do, Sam?
Yeah.
We've I've been forgetting. I apologize to everybody. We should just mention kind of quickly who's on the stream with us too. Just give a shout out to everyone.
Sure. Yeah. So far tonight we have Andy Neal joining us, Louis Becker, JP, Matt Cable, who's asked us a few great questions so far, Chris Dawson, and then I'm Not Vintage, I'm Grumpy is joining us again.
Right on.
They said that they're going to be dipping in and out, because I'm assuming that they're a little busy tonight, maybe working on some stuff of their own. We have Andy Neal, My Mental Factory, and Mad Manx, all three returning. What's up, guys?
What up?
We have Tabo Dread, Kevin Young, Jamie Ventura, Jason Giaconetti joining us one more time. What's up, Jason?
What up, Jamie? What up, Jason?
And let's see, Dawson, Neil Leffler, Adam Ziegler.
What up, guys? What up?
And Clay's Carvings, who I've not seen before. I don't know if they've. I don't know if it's their first time. Sound off in the chat if this is the first time that you're joining us tonight for Monday Night Monster Jam.
If so, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Neo Kazama also joining us.
Yeah, he's always with us. Yeah, nice. Thank you.
What's up, Neo?
What up?
And John Eubank at the very, very, very top with the first message of the night.
What up, John? John's a good buddy. Hey, John, you got to get on the contest, man.
Yeah, true. Oh, there was actually a question about that too, Casey. People were wondering
sure.
how and where they can sign up for it, where they should pay attention for news about that contest.
So what we'll do is pretty much like what we did before, I guess, is on the next. I think what we'll do is on the next stream, next Monday, we'll have every 4
days from now.
Yeah, that's right, because we're doing Friday. So this Monday coming up, be on the stream. And what we'll do is we'll announce, you have to be on the stream. That's number one, with us live. So you come on the stream, and then we'll pick the 10 lucky winners that get the bust. I think we'll do 10. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to enter if you're not interested in painting, but we do want people that are going to paint it. And we'll give you plenty of time. We'll give like a few weeks. Yeah. It's a small
3 weeks.
Yeah,
after you receive it.
3 weeks after you receive it, because it's a small bus. It shouldn't take you, it shouldn't take weeks to do. It should take a couple of days. But, we have everyone has jobs, so it might take longer. But anyway, we'll give you plenty of time. So we'll pick some lucky winners throughout the night. I think we'll just do it. We won't do it all in one shot. We'll do it throughout the evening. We'll pick winners. They'll each give me their address. We'll ship you the bust, and then you paint it. And then we'll have you submit pictures to my email. We'll get all your pictures, just like 3 pictures or something like that. Try to take nice photos, the best ones you can. And then we'll come on and judge it and kind of go through each one and pick some winners. I mean, maybe we could even do, like 3 winners,
Sure.
first, second, and third place. That sounds more natural to me than just one winner. So we'll do a first, a second, and a third place, which each one of those winners will win something different. So that's what we'll do. Right? That makes sense to you?
Yeah,
or is there anything we need to add to that, or
no.
What do you think? Good?
Just make sure if you sign up for it, you please do paint it.
Yeah. Don't sign up for it if you don't want to paint it, or if you're timid or intimidated about showing your art on the stream. Then I would say don't
bother.
That's
not saying you shouldn't if you think your artwork is bad. Like, even if you think your artwork is bad, try it. Go for it.
Yeah. Step out of your comfort zone, man. Just do it. I think everybody will be game. Hopefully.
That makes sense. I think we need more than 10. Mad Makes, we'll do more than 10, but as long as you pay for the busts.
The only thing about doing more than 10 is after doing the giveaway we just did, doing all those castings, it took a lot of time. So I kind of want to keep this. Also, here's the other thing. Judging 10 in a night to pick the winners is going to take some time to go through. So I didn't want to do 20 because there's no way we'll get through it all.
That's an all-night endeavor.
Yeah. So, but hey, be one of the lucky 10 by being on the show. That's for sure. All right.
And yeah, we'll probably post further information about that on the Monday Night Monster Jam Facebook group. So keep an eye out there. You should see a post from Casey or myself, most likely Casey, just about all the details and logistics of that.
Yeah. For sure. And yeah, as much as I would love to do more than 10, I don't think I'll have time. That's why I'm kind of thinking 10 is the magic number. So we'll have to go with that for now. But it should be a lot of fun. Now I will kind of reveal a little early information. This is pretty early on info, but I guess I can kind of talk about it. I've had plans for many years to start my own mask company and make, wearable Halloween masks that are affordable. And that is really what this mask is for, that I'm working on. And I've talked to this talented guy right next to me here, Noah, about doing some stuff for that purpose. And I'll be talking to some other guys as well. But yeah, next year sometime I'm trying to get this whole thing launched, So that is kind of, I have a whole bunch of ideas I want to do, for wearable masks, and some of them are pretty funny actually and horrifying at the same time. But that's where this Cromwell mask is headed. Kind of the first of the bunch. And I'd like to keep them made in the U.S. Not because they can't be made somewhere else. I just want the quality to be decent and good. I want the quality to be nice, but affordable and all that. So there's a lot to figure out with that, but I'm going to try to get that thing up and going. We'll see how that goes. I don't want to say too much because, what if it doesn't get up and going, and that's like, well, talked about it, but that was it. We'll see. The cool thing about sculpting masks too, Noah, like right now, is like it sort of pre-gets you into the Halloween.
Absolutely.
We're getting so close to that, to the Halloween season, that, I don't know. I always find that jumping on something gets me in the mood quicker.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Something about the fall season just invigorating everything, yeah?
Yeah. It's too bad that it's so freaking hot. I like hot days actually in summer, but it's so crazy hot these days lately that it's almost kind of
oppressive,
scary in a way. Like, is it ever gonna get like chilled out? And so now I'm just adding little bits of clay, like little pieces, either round or wormy like pieces to this, and just filling in areas that I don't like, or trying to figure out what should go in an area that I don't like. Finding the design.
I'm just trying to be as much of a hypocrite as possible. Right after I said your hands are your best tools, I'm blocking it out. I'm going in with a tool now. Like the smallest.
What is that thing? Oh, those. Oh, the way you were holding it, I thought it was just this piece of like popsicle stick. I was like, oh, you're really going like.
One of those too.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I left. Okay, well.
Which one is it? Can you show us?
Oh yeah, we should talk about.
Famous.
We should talk about why that's
Rick Baker
famous.
Troll tool.
We should share with everyone. For those that don't know, the tool that Noah's holding in his hand is a Kemper tool that there's a famous picture of Rick Baker sculpting his amazing troll that was light years ahead of everybody's time back in the 80s. He was the way he was sculpting. You know, it's
like
that era.
industry standard for today's standards.
Yeah,
you know, but he was doing it in the 80s.
I know.
Yeah.
It was insane. And I'd seen this thing. I when I worked at Rick's, I saw this thing every day next to me. There was a copy of this troll, and I'm telling you, it's when you think about how long ago he had sculpted this, right? And you see it in person, and you're just like, that's insane. You know, like he was better than me back then, back in the 80s. I mean, Rick was sculpting amazingly. And it's that era of like Greystoke and American Werewolf in London and help me out here. What else? Harry and Henderson. Well, yeah, Harry and Henderson's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry. What
Thriller?
Which one?
Thriller.
Yeah, Thriller. You know, all that 80s era of Rick's sculpting. I mean, all his sculpting was awesome, but that era was particularly awesome, if I can talk. God. Because there's definitely a look and style to it. You know, it's Rick, but man, it's incredible to see that troll in person. Wish I had a copy of that. It would sit right here. You know.
Noah, Chris Dawson is wondering what model of Kemper is that?
It is W21.
W21.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my forehead. W21 troll.
Dude.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a good tattoo? I told Norman, I'm like,
on your forehead?
Wouldn't this be a good tattoo? You know, the troll tool on your arm, right?
Yeah.
You could do it on your arm, or you could do it on like the inside of your fingers.
Dude, I can't believe.
And Norman was like, I don't know.
No, man. Yeah.
It's a bad scene, man. Yeah,
it's a bad scene.
Yeah, I mean,
Norman.
No, he wasn't into.
It's a goddamn mess.
Into getting matching tattoo with me, but maybe I'll find someone. Casey.
Yeah. No, well, I was gonna tattue sculpting tools under here with my whole sleeve, but then I decided, no, I'm just gonna do one of my masks. Yeah. One of my favorite quotes from Norman Cabrera, dude, when we worked together. It's a goddamn mess.
That's a very popular.
So good, man.
Popular Norman quote.
Yep. Goddamn mess.
I like it fairly well.
Yeah, I like it very well.
That guy's great.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, so that tool that Noah's using is, anyway, Rick was, you know, like I said, a famous photo in a Cinefex magazine, which, you know, I'll pull out later and show you guys the magazine. I have it, which magazine it is. I mean, it's a must-have for sculptors or Rick Baker fans. But he's using that tool in that photo, so it's become known as the troll tool for those that know anything about Rick and all that. Troll. You know who started that, right? Troll.
You and Norman, right?
No, Jordu, I think, started all that. I think it was Jordu. Jordu started the troll thing. Troll. Or Norman, or both those guys. I mean, yeah.
And there's the Studio C video with Judd.
Oh yeah. Don't even get me started. With Judd, dude. That's awesome. And they can catch that on YouTube. You can find it, dude. That old Rick's parents' bedroom studio.
He's sculpting that awesome lizard. It's
I love
he's sculpting
that thing,
half
dude.
of it. Yeah.
That thing is my favorite.
It's
things.
amazing.
I did a mini bust of that.
Yeah.
A copy based on it. Amazing. And then Matt Rose finished it many years later. It's like a dragon, man.
Yeah,
it's so
really cool.
It's so awesome. I love it. I told Rick too. I think I gave him a copy of that little one, or I said I would. I don't know. I hope I did. I can't remember now. But anyway, I was like telling Rick. I think it was at a Sideshow Comic-Con party. Yeah, I told Rick like, oh my god, you know how much I love this thing. He's like, oh really? Yeah.
Actually, a question here from My Mental Factory for Noah.
Yes.
My Mental Factory asks, since you worked on the MW video, do you have any tips for how to make a gnarly music video for someone with a very low budget? In parentheses, basically zero.
Oh man. Well, I only worked on it and did the special effects. We had a lot of help. Like Norman had a lot of help on that music video because Norman actually he directed. Man, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know how to do a low budget.
Well, wait a minute. So, okay, you also for those fans, for everyone out there that doesn't know, you star in it. You're the star of that music video. You're the kid, like the heavy metal kid in that video.
Electrified Brian.
Electrified Brain.
Brian. They call me Brian.
Electrified Brian.
Yeah.
The video is called Electrified Brain by Municipal Waste. Awesome thrash band that we listened to. But no, you know what I was gonna say though. What was that stuff you were showing me? That's cool stuff. It's not latex.
Oh, it's like a neoprene. Norman found, or I think he was given like this big gallon of this material that doesn't rot, and I don't think it yellows. We haven't like used it long enough to find out, but it's great. It's really sturdy. It's called Creature Cast, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yep.
He got it like 5 years ago, and it's still good.
Dude, that guy
still using it.
The guy that makes Creature Cast, he gave me some as well. I think it was in black though. Yeah.
But it's really nice. And it paints just like translucent resin.
Yeah.
So you have a really nice translucency. Again, I can't answer if it yellows or not over time, like latex will, brown if you're using the natural base color.
I guess what I was saying though is like you and Norman on that show. I mean, I'm sure that there was a budget to it, and not nothing, but there was a budget, and like you guys did stuff that was super effective, yet not like super crazy top end effects. Like I don't mean the quality.
Right.
I mean just like there wasn't animatronics and crazy stuff, but you guys effectively did like cool gags.
We had a lot of help. There's this guy named Rob Lucas who owns a studio, and he let us shoot there and was super cool. It's like the nicest studio. He's like the biggest metal fan and horror fan, and so he's very cool. But yeah, Norman met him, and I think Norman's known this guy for a while.
Yeah, but what his studio is. It's
Wolfpack.
Yeah.
It's great.
Rob Lucas. Wolfpack.
It's amazing. Yes. But yeah, as far as like doing a low budget thing. I say just
keep it latex and plaster molds.
Yeah.
Keep it
as far as the special effects goes. Just doing masks and doing that because mask making is very, very affordable. So
yeah,
that's the way to go.
Plaster molds and latex is like one of the cheapest ways you can go. And effective, dude.
It is.
You can do a lot with it,
I mean, if you do a really good mask, it can look better than makeups. It can look better than if you do a really convincing.
Dude, you can do crazy monster stuff, especially in mutants, where the mask like utilizes part of the actor's face. You can have teeth coming out of his mouth, so the actor can open his mouth and still get movement, even though the mask doesn't move.
Have a really good blend on the eyes.
Yeah.
And they do contacts or even don't do contacts. But that's what we did for the municipal waste thing. It was all masks. I mean, literally the melting head. That interior was cardboard and foam and duct tape, and then we hit it with heat guns, which you know, it was a little scary hitting cardboard with a heat gun, but it worked fine, and
that's awesome.
But yeah, all super low budget.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because earlier you said something and it made me think. I'm trying to remember what it was now about masks. Oh, you know what I was gonna say to everybody watching. And I don't know how many of you guys make masks or you're into masks. Mask making is like, I think it's one of the other reasons I love it so much is it's probably like one of the most rewarding art forms. Absolutely. For me, because and it's like the best I can describe it, like pulling your first mask out of a mold, or every time you pull the first mask out of a mold, it's like Christmas, it's like Christmas time. It's like you get that feeling, at least I do, and I'm sure you do know. It's like such a good feeling, like, and it's your art,
Yep.
and then you paint it and you bring it to life. Painting's the other half of the design. I always say, like, anything involving sculpting and painting is always half of any design,
Absolutely.
And I've heard other artists say the same and think the same way, and it's so true. It is half of the design work, because but I love I mean, that's the thing. I just love the reward of it all in the end, like. And then, on top of that, if people like your stuff, it's even more rewarding. It's like, you go to these shows like Monsterpalooza and stuff, and people love what you're doing. That's even better. But, I mean, without all that, take all that away, I still find it to be one of the most rewarding art forms that's out there. I'm not a great illustrator and all that. So, and I'm sure that's, painting and illustrating is probably exactly the same type of reward for those artists too. That's what they're so passionate with it. But I love mask making, just like Noah said, you can become this monster as well on top of it. And there's just so much to it. It's art, it's sculpture, it's paint, it's molding, it's casting, and then you can wear this thing, and become something different. I don't know, I love it.
What are you working on right now, Casey? What are you doing?
I'm just still adding these little tiny
Nerdies and stuff?
Yeah, little forms, little worms, or circular little balls of clay. And then I'm also just like, for instance, the strand wasn't strong enough, so just come in and add to it. And I'm just looking over here what I like and don't like, starting to add some fold of skin around the ear here. Actually, what I'm doing right here, funny enough, this little fold of skin that comes over top of the ear, and then it'll come down here. Yeah, troll, dude. Rick Baker, like that. Everyone steals that from Rick. That little piece of skin that I'll carry down in front of the ear.
That compression.
Yeah, compresses. Yeah, it gives the compression. Yeah, love that little look. And you can do multiples. You can do like one on top of another, and then and I'm not even done. I mean, this is just really just early on, quick, rough, but just adding little bits and pieces.
How about you, Noah?
I'm just still going, still trying to find it. That's what I'm doing.
Finding the design is the fun struggle of it all.
Yeah, it can be. It can
get to you though.
Be frustrating.
It can be. But once you find it and lock it in,
it's really rewarding.
Yeah, and you know it. You're like, you're so stoked. You're like, oh my god, there it is. Finally.
Yep.
So are you guys both designing your masks to be wearable by other people?
Yeah.
We actually have a question from Mad Makes. They're asking, at what point do you start planning eye slits for the wearer of the mask?
So early on, you want to kind of think about that. as I did not.
No.
No. You know what's weird about that? I seldom do plan and think about that, but you really should actually think about it. But I do know just by looking at this that I do have this nice, very deep upper socket in this eye. So obviously up above this eye is where that slit will be. And then this eye, I'm going to have to figure out like how much of this upper eyelid is going to really come into play. Or probably what I'll do is start to get a bit of a gap over here in the corner that leads to, there'll be a slit up here above the eyelid, and same with this eye. So, and then there'll be some nose holes and ear holes for breathing, and mouth hole for breathing, nose holes for breathing, and ear holes, but all hidden away, But I'm a fan of masks that have eyes, like, I probably should do some that don't, like utilize the wearer's eyes, that fit, but it's always hard to get a good fit. So
right.
I always like to give, because I love to give the mask like a creepy stare or look to the eyes. So I'm a big fan of adding eyes. Some people,
that's where the life is,
right? Yeah. When you don't add eyes, you take life away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the thing. Like, Rick showed that in that old video.
Right. Yeah.
He put
he's doing the Rondo Hatton mask, and he's doing the
Rick,
what are you doing?
What are you doing, Rick?
God, cut it out.
Cut it out, John.
It's all phony, Judd.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. We used to. Oh my gosh, at Rick's shop, we used to just do that all day long.
Just Rick.
Yeah. Rick probably. I don't know if he heard us, but he's probably like, oh my god, a bunch of idiots. Norman and I would just constantly be doing that. It's an old TV show, and his neighbor, this young kid neighbor, was invited to come see his studio and what he does. And this is back in the Star Wars Cantina mask days. And it was on like a public television show, kind of like PBS or something like that, Or is it a kids show?
No, I think it was. I don't even know.
Some kind of show.
What it was for. Yeah, Judd came over and Rick is showing him around his studio.
Yeah.
At the very end, he does like a makeup on him.
Yeah. What's cool? It's funny because there's a video I pull out. I don't know why. Oh, well, I know why. There's a video I have of Dick Smith that's very similar, and I pull it out every Halloween, October, and I watch it. Where Dick Smith is doing a makeup on his neighbor with very simple makeup techniques that are effective, and he paints him like a vampire, makes him dead, and then takes it further and further until he like decays his neighbor. And by then there's a point where he's got this neighbor kid that barely can say 2 words sitting in a chair, and is obviously very nervous or whatever. And at one point, they cut back, and Dick Smith just has like cotton balls glued all over this poor kid's head. He's just a giant cotton ball, and at one point Dick Smith is just like, okay, now that we're done tarring and leathering the poor lad, and you can see Dick start laughing as he's looking at him like, oh my god,
what have I done?
What have I done to this kid? They've glued cotton all over his head. But then he soaks it all up with paint, like liquid mask paint and stuff, and it comes out really cool. It comes out like this decayed, organic, really cool vampire. And the reason I watch it every year and turn it on is because it just brings me back to when I first started masks and makeup effects and stuff. I had that video and I would watch it, trying to learn stuff from it, and so it was like it just has a nostalgia to it. So I cherish that thing, Yeah, super cool, man.
Yeah,
very similar.
Always go back to videos like that.
Yep.
There's that Botine one of him doing that really weird makeup. Have you seen it? It has the haircut. It's really weird, like a bowl cut creature. And yeah.
Wait, there's a Botine video?
Yeah, of him doing a makeup.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's on YouTube. If you just look up Rob Botine, you'll probably find it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's great.
That's cool. Yeah. Those are great, man. Those are like
The best.
Those are like the times, man.
Yep.
You know, the 80s. Like, these guys were sharing these secrets, or sharing these, you know, techniques, makeup effects. Dude, maybe we're creating that for the new generation now. Like, they're gonna look back at it.
It's weird to.
And then those will be so ancient that they're like, what are these guys
Right.
they're talking about?
Lon Chaney, who?
Who?
Right.
uh,
Yeah, that does worry me a little bit. People forgetting, you know,
yeah.
like Lon Chaney and.
I don't think we will, though. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it'd have to be just so far in the future.
Right.
You know, that like special. It would have to be like where special makeup effects isn't even remembered or thought of.
Yeah.
Which I can't ever imagine, but.
No, I can't either. There's friends that I grew up with who like they live and breathe this
Yeah.
stuff.
No, this is never gonna die, you know.
Noah's words.
You have people, you know. I mean, I think after Jurassic Park, that was the big scare, you know, that CG is gonna take over. But there'll always be a place for special makeup effects.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And mask making.
And mask, always, of course.
Yeah. Like I know, like nowadays the big hit is like silicone masks, and they are cool. I've got some buddies that have the most, you know, the largest silicone mask company called Immortal. They do these awesome silicone masks, and they're great. You know, they are awesome because they're very movable and great for the haunt industry, which I believe is their main market. But man, I just can't get away from latex masks. I love latex. Latex just paints up the best too, like out of everything, in my opinion.
Everyone thinks that it has to be silicone to get good translucency, but you can get a really good translucency with latex.
I've proven that wrong many times.
Absolutely.
Actually, I did it at several special effects shops. I blew a few guys' minds doing that. You know, they hadn't thought of it or whatever. I was shocked actually to find out they hadn't thought about doing it, because you can paint latex in a very translucent manner depending on how you base coat it. And you know, a lot of people are worried about, well, sunlight gets to it, it'll dark. It won't. Once it's painted and sealed properly, it won't. I've had them around. I mean, you don't want to ever keep latex in the sun anyway, but that's always a no-no.
To be fair, you don't want to keep anything in the
No,
sun.
sun kills everything, including your skin, by the way. It'll just kill everything.
Wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Or just never leave the house.
Yeah, don't leave.
True.
Never leave your home. God, if we keep going the direction we're going in, man, that might be a real thing. God.
I was secretly hoping for the Waterworld direction, but I guess sunlight is.
Well,
you know.
you know, did you see that little? Do you see that planet they think they discovered that's they think could be all water, or they think one is out there?
Yeah, I did see something about that.
Right? They found it like hidden behind another star. It was so close to another star they didn't realize that it, and then they figured out like, oh, that's another planet. At least that's what I read. Don't mark my words, but that's what the article was saying. And they were thinking it was like could be in all water. That'd be trippy. Like, yeah, we'll go there, and then there's these giant alien fish monsters that eat everybody alive. Instead of Aliens, the movie, it's like fish aliens that just eat everyone.
I'd be down. Giant squid. Oh yes.
Like, what if it was a planet like that, but their monsters weren't like anything like our animals? They were just all completely alien to us, but like vicious as hell, and just like we go there, like, oh, we got this new water world, and then we just all die. I don't know.
It's a great elevator pitch.
Yeah. Netflix, you listening? No.
They're buying everything.
Yeah.
Like any move, like any idea. They
Amazon does the same thing.
Are they?
We actually have one quick question from Matt McNeil. Matt McNeil was wondering what the pros and cons of casting with tinted latex might be. Specifically flesh tones. Can it take the place of basing out a mask?
Okay.
He's like, I assume you'd go a shade darker, redder, etc.
Now,
really in depth.
yeah. Well, Matt McNeil, for you guys out there on this stream, Matt's an accomplished, amazing mask maker in his own right. If you guys have seen these amazing Fright Night masks, those are coming from Matt.
Nice.
Yeah, Matt is awesome.
Those are great.
And he lived very close by to me, actually. He's a good friend. Matt's helped us out with this stream quite a bit too. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, it's been helpful. Matt, to answer your question, to be honest with you, because I don't want to just phony anything in, I haven't done a lot of latex tinting, but I do know some people that have. I know you want to be careful with over tinting, just because it can. I believe it can, and be careful like what you're using in there, because it could cause the latex to want to rot faster, I guess, right? Is that right, Noah?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay. I'm just making shit up. No, I think it can affect the latex, but I mean, you can tint it, of course. I mean, without, you know what? A friend of mine, another great mask maker by the name of Pete Infelice, who we're actually going to have on here as a guest at some point. Pete told me he's tinted latex with FW acrylic inks, like just little drops. And he says it works great. But you just got to be careful because it's very aggressive. It can tint a whole bucket of latex in no time. So you probably want to take a batch out and just be very careful and just do maybe a half a drop to drop at a time, because I guess it really tints quickly. I know he's used those successfully. But yeah, sorry, rephrase the question. I'm sorry, because I went so off on my own little tangent there. I forgot what the question was exactly.
The pros and cons of casting with tinted latex.
Okay.
Specifically flesh tones.
Okay, so the cons is from what I understand, and again, I'm no expert in this, so don't take my word for it 100%. The cons is anytime you mess with the latex in a way, adding tints and stuff, I guess it can affect maybe the lifespan of the latex. But you've seen even mass production companies tint latex like crazy. I've seen Zagoni do it. I've seen Trick or Treat Studios do it. I've seen all kinds of companies do this. So it can work. I guess I would say just don't over tint anything. The trick with latex, though, tinting too, is it's really good if you're going to use that base color, right? Like you're going to go off of that base color. Right. So the trick is you have to run a test. You have to tint it, and when you think it's right, you need to either pour a mask or brush some out and dry it all the way. And because as latex dries, it changes, and then the color changes drastically, Yeah. So tinted latex never looks like what you think it's going to look like until it's dry. So you'd have to dry it, see how it looks, and then go from there, and write down your formula so that you can up it for a larger batch or lower it or know what to do. So that's the only thing I would say there. The pros to it is, like I said, you don't have to base coat the mask. I know some guys doing that where you don't even have to base coat. It's just that's the color of the mask, and then they just build everything up on there, washes and layers and stuff. The downside is latex tends to have a bit of translucency in it, so if you're trying to utilize that, you're not going to have that anymore by tinting it. You're going to make a completely opaque color. From what I've seen, sometimes when people try to do flesh, I've seen where it ends up too pinkish, very pink. for some reason. So I'd watch it with reds. Be careful about, because it can get really pink easily.
Right.
Yeah, that I've seen.
I found with me, it's good to start with like a lot of yellow in it, like a good yellow base, you know, kind of tan.
So you've tinted latex?
I haven't tinted, but just basing. Base
coating.
You know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Don't want to overdo the reds, you know.
Yeah, and green can cut red.
Yeah.
You know, like if your flesh is a little pink, if you add this is also true for base coating masks, let alone tinting latex. Or if you base coat your mask and you find that, say, the fleshy color's too pink, it gets too pink on you, you can just add like some olive green to it, like an earthy green, like a brown green, like an olive brown green. A little bit of that will cut the pinky red out and kill it and make it more natural and a little more tan skin tone, which is what most people kind of like a, you know, that kind of tan skin tone look, that kind of, I'd almost call it like an 80s monster skin tone, you know, you would see back in the 80s. Just kind of a nice tan, right, kind of thing. Yeah.
I want to apologize for the
squeaky
table.
That's
Does
my
that spike when it.
No. It might. I'm not measuring audio as much.
That's my
If you have a
my
Canon
fault.
WD-40, Casey, probably squirts it.
I don't, but I have up there, on there in the toolbox, I have a bike chain.
This one right here.
Yeah. Just watch out, because when you spray that stuff, it goes everywhere. Like, just put like a little bit on there. You know where this is probably squeaking is where I would say where the pole, probably where that pole is meeting. You might just hit it right here. I bet that's where it's squeaking. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Nice. I'm gonna keep leaving. Bye.
You're fine.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna keep leaving. I have to find some wooden tools.
It's all right. I do it all the time. Every stream. Ask the audience. I just walk away. Like, oh, I forgot this. All right, now I'm gonna go in here because I've kind of been ignoring this side, which I don't like doing too much. And I feel like I need to bring this side up a bit. So
That's
I'm gonna.
good. You got it facing the camera now. Everybody can see.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm
Good.
gonna go in here and try to get a lot of this sinewy stuff happening as well. And if we have any questions, we could take some questions.
Yeah, we actually did just get one from Rafael Madonna. They asked, when you airbrush a latex mask, how do you get the FW/acrylic ink to stay on the mask or not peel? Thank you.
How do you get it to stay on the mask and not peel? Thin layers. Very thin layers. He's probably using it right out of the bottle. You want to thin it with water, and then you want to thin it with alcohol even further. Once the water has cut down the paint so that it's thinner and it can accept alcohol without having problem, you cut it with alcohol. You want to use at least 91% alcohol though, not 70%. 70% alcohol is good for rub outs. So if you want to do say a latex base coat or a Prozade base coat or something like that, and then do a rub out wash where you get all the details a certain color, and then you rub it away and all that, and you can use 70% alcohol. But for painting, I always use like 99%, but you can use 91, 92, whatever you can find, 97, 98, whatever it is. They make all different variations. Those are great for, after you've used some water to thin the paint, and then use that to thin the rest. And what that does is it helps dry the paint on the surface and all that. But what you're doing is you're putting it on very thin, in thin layers, and therefore it flexes more. It's not so prone to cracking. And then later, when you're done with your paint job, you'll seal with a flexible sealer, some kind of flexible sealer that's got some give to it. So yeah.
I'll say too, Raphael, if you go back and watch, I believe it's episodes 7, 8, and 9, or 8, 9, and 10. We actually go, or Casey goes very in depth in his painting processes, and he answers a lot of those questions and more.
Oh yeah,
so,
that's right.
7, 8, and 9 of Monday Night Monster Jam. It's
yeah.
on the playlist.
Yeah. Check out that. I always forget about that, man. Thanks for reminding us,
No,
Sam.
you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I always forget that we already covered all that stuff.
One more question from...
Oh, you know what? To add to that, real quick, sorry.
Sure.
I have a mask painting class coming up. For those of you that might be interested, I have a mask painting class in October. It's going to be an awesome class. You're going to get to paint this really creepy mutant mask. And there's only a few seats available still. I forget how many. I want to say 7 seats are sold out. 6 or 7 are sold out. But
yeah, I think last week you said you had 5 left.
yeah, I think there's 6 or 7 have sold. So there's a few seats left for my class, which it goes over the whole painting process of latex mask painting. And that's coming up October 22nd, Saturday, October 22nd. And you can sign up, if you're interested, you can sign up on my website at caseylovemonsters.com and then go to in-person classes, and you can sign up right there, and you get a copy of the mask, and you get a free set of paints for the class. And then you get to sit and paint with me for 8 hours on how to paint the entire mask from start to finish. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sam.
No, you're fine. We actually had some follow-up from Matt McNeil. Matt was saying, I once added dark red flocking to latex for a test, and it looked fantastic. I'm just afraid it undermines the integrity of the latex. My fear was that it would create flock-sized pockets in the latex. But it looks fantastic in the creases and wrinkles.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea, yeah.
It's a really good idea.
I don't know that it would harm it, though.
Yeah.
I almost think it would, in some way, strengthen
Right.
it.
It's this fibrous
It's a fiber.
material. Yeah. It's a
Actually,
great idea.
It's a
really
good idea. I don't think I have any negatives on that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
Flocking.
No, I think that would...
Yeah, I mean, unless I don't know something, but... Call Ed Edmonds. No.
I would say give it a shot and let us know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it sounds like he did and said it looked good, right? So, yeah, that's a good one. Flocking. I haven't thought about that.
It works so well with silicone. Why not try it with latex? That's awesome.
Yeah, good idea, Matt. Damn.
Then we had one more, I think, question/comment from Christopher Robin. No Winnie Pooh, just Christopher Robin. Hey Casey, in the background, is that your pumpkin seed? They meant pumpkin head. Fully painted? Can we see it in latex? Many thanks. That's not
Wait,
yours.
are they talking about that?
Yeah.
No, that's Sideshow. Yeah, that's a Sideshow statue. Sorry, guys, that's not mine. That's Sideshow. Well, that's mine, but it's Sideshow statue. I will have a painted version of my pumpkin head, the one that you guys have seen in other shows. I will have that available for people to see. Well, I'll be sharing it on my Instagram or something like that in late October, I think. Mm-hmm. I believe. I'm not. Don't hold me to that. Maybe not.
I think it was episode 18 of Monday Night Monster Jam. We were showing that thing off at the very end of the episode.
Yeah, we were showing it off if they want to check it out.
18, definitely not 19, because that was last week.
No, it was 18 or 17.
17 or 18, yeah.
Yeah, we showed it off. But, yeah, I got to get around to... I'm still trying to finish molding and casting a few parts to it. So once I get that done, I can really start to get it all together. Figure it all out.
And then Neo Kazama actually has a 2-part question.
Okay.
Neo's first question is, when sealing a mask, what is your choice for flexibility? Let's say on a latex suit between Liquitex varnish or V-gloss?
Either one. V-gloss is probably a little more flexible, but a little less protecting. If in my personal opinion, V-gloss was really designed for foam latex suit sealing, not latex mask, but it works. It's fine. I just don't think it's heavy duty as varnish, except varnish isn't as flexible. Varnish is flexible to a point. I do use varnish to seal a lot of my display copy masks and my the masks that I do for collectors that I know they're not wearing. They're not for wearing, they're just for collecting. That's what I use is all the varnishes. There's other stuff you can use though. I know a lot of friends have tried clear Gorilla Glue. In fact, Pete Inflights turned me on to that for eyes, for flexible eye sealing, clear Gorilla Glue. He says it's amazing for that. Works really well. It's super flexible. So you could probably even use a matte, if they make a matte version, I don't know. Or if there's a way to matte it down. But you can use, I know some people have used, like other glue products and stuff. What have you heard, or what have you used?
I just used the Liquitex.
Liquitex, okay.
Yeah. And then for eyes, I've been using UV resin.
UV resin for eyes, yeah, it's a good one because it doesn't yellow.
Yeah.
I still use.
You can also get a flexible UV resin, so it can flex with the mask.
Which one do you use, UV resin? Because I had one and it
Limino.
Okay.
I think it comes in a pink bottle. Amazon.
Limino.
Well, I think Limino.
Limino. Because I had this one and it wouldn't dry right, and it would stay.
Does it stay kind of tacky?
Yeah. I hated it.
Yeah.
So that one didn't work. Okay, I'll have to look that up. That's a good one. Yeah, I do use. I still do use a 5-minute epoxy for eyes though, for the most part. But it can yellow over time. So you gotta be careful. Well, can't be careful. You just have to know that.
You can kind of counteract that too by adding a touch of purple.
Yeah.
And it just a very small...
You know who came up with that?
Was it Steve Wing?
Jordu.
Really?
Yeah. Jordu came up with that trick. You can add. What you do is you take a little bottle of alcohol, straight alcohol, and you literally take FW Purple Lake, and you just put a drop into a large thing, so it's just it's like a super diluted. Looks like I always say it's like mother's crappy Kool-Aid, where they didn't put enough Kool-Aid. They don't want you to get too much sugar, so it's like more water looking. So you take alcohol and you just put barely a drop of Purple Lake or a purple paint, and then you take that from there. You take some drops of that and mix a little bit into your 5-minute epoxy so that there's just a touch that's almost not even noticeable of purple in your epoxy. Yeah, he's the one that came up with that trick.
That's awesome.
Yep. There you go. Counteracts the yellowing.
We actually have a question now.
Oh, wait. You know who came up with 5-minute epoxy for masks?
Who's that?
Rick Baker.
Oh.
You got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Rick came up with the 5-minute epoxy on eyes. That trick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, my mental factory actually has a question for the both of you.
Okay.
They're wondering if you guys dabble in drawing or painting or anything 2D. Casey does not paint. He hates painting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hate painting because I paint every day. Yeah.
No, he doesn't actually hate painting. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God. I do. No, no, I don't. I like painting, but I paint every day, so it gets to be a little monotonous. Yeah, drawing, I do some drawing. I do some every so often. I do some digital, I'll do ZBrush, rarely, but I'll do it every now and again. And when I get into it, I always kind of lose interest in it. But I suck at 2D. It's not my strongest point, my strongest skill. So I just never seem to be able to hold on to practicing it for long enough to really grasp it in the way I should. You know, I just don't give it its due. It's on me that I suck because I don't give it the time that I should give it to get good, you know. So I'm only so good. What about you?
I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah,
I'm not very good at 2D stuff.
More into just sculpting, right? Yeah. What else? Wait, what are we at? 30. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, man. Sorry. Let's see. Any other? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, you know what I'm really good at? I'm really, really good at AI art.
Me too. Hey, wait, you're good at that too?
Yeah.
I'm actually really good at that too.
You don't even have to be an artist.
That's funny. You just press
press buttons and put people's names in, and then you make art.
I think it's brilliant.
We're totally being sarcastic assholes right now.
I'm not. I think the less soul art has, the better.
You go in the Sistine Chapel and be like, oh my god, this looks like shit.
Yeah.
I want everything to look the same.
Yeah. Let's take away the passion and the... Anyway, all right. Well, let's not go into... Okay, we're gonna go into negative rant due to me. All right, so no. What else? What else is there though? There's painting. I suck at painting. Painting, traditional painting, like Chet Zar, and there's a friend of mine watching now. Is super ridiculously incredible, Louis Becker. If you don't know his stuff, check out Louis Becker, man.
You're amazing.
His new Pennywise, forget it, dude.
He
paints like a photograph.
He worked his magic, that man, and it looks like a 3-dimensional. He took a video of it, and it's like this 3-dimensional.
It's like a photograph.
It's unreal.
It's like if you could paint and really make it a photograph, it's insane.
Louis was actually asking about that bust contest you were talking about earlier.
Oh, really?
It sounds like he wants in on that.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. We'll get definitely. Yeah, he's an amazing painter. You guys should check out his art. Check out his Instagram. Maybe he can chime in the chat and give us his Instagram. I have it, but I mean maybe he could give everybody else. But that kind of level of like that painting, I can't do that, man.
It's unreal.
Like him and Chet Zar and dude, there's other guys that are amazing. And there's other like kinds of art too that are amazing, that are more like, I would say more like on the comic book side, but still like super cool monster stuff, like the art of Skinner. Yeah. You know, like that stuff is so cool what he does. It's just a whole different like retro-y vibe type of art, like comic retro art. That stuff's cool too. But I suck at that stuff. That's why I don't do it.
No, you're actually getting a shout out from Mikey Severe's Spook Show.
Nice. Hi, Mikey.
Showed up in the chat and like, oh my god, Noah's here.
What's up? How you doing?
Noah's here.
What's up?
What up, Mikey? I keep like, you ever do that, dude, where you're like, you keep telling yourself like, I gotta focus here, and then you're just everywhere else but there.
Yep.
I hate that. Then I come back and go, yeah, I'm supposed to just stay focused here.
Right.
And I went off. Sculpting can be such a like distraction in its own right. Like, you really have to force yourself to just do what you said you're gonna do, because then otherwise you can just veer off in circles.
Yep.
And get almost really nothing done.
Yes. That happens all the time.
Yeah. Noah, what are your... Okay, I'm going to say the same. What are your weak areas of sculpting? Like anatomy stuff, or like areas that you always get to on a mask and go, I need to work on that, but and you don't, but you're just kind of like, you keep phoning it in. Like I do that sometimes with certain areas.
I feel like I could be better about refining teeth. Like I spend too long on teeth, refining teeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know this right here, this muscle comes over and stuff. I always have something with this stupid area. I don't know what it is. I think I'm not subtle enough with it. See, what's interesting about you too, I've noticed this about your sculpting, and this is why you're so good at likenesses, is even from when I first met you when you were 14, you were, even though copying horror movie monsters, like, which is right there, the one you did back there, several of these, but I know it's your old work, you're like, I'm embarrassed. He's embarrassed by those now. So anyway.
Which ones are these?
Yeah, but dude, how old were you when you sculpted that?
I was 17.
You're 17.
The Henrietta bust. I was
Another
16 when I sculpted the Henrietta bust.
16, dude.
Or maybe I might have been 15 actually.
You're 15
when the Henrietta bust.
Most 15-year-olds can't sculpt that good.
Yeah, they're lucky if they get a Gumby rip-off.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the thing. But because you trained your eye to look at something and copy it for so long, you didn't realize that you were doing that. And then later now, you're so good at nailing likenesses. So that's the thing. You've studied anatomy in that way, right?
Yeah.
So when you get to this area, what would I do to improve this?
Well, the thing is I'm always, and I know you've talked about this a lot, not letting photo reference interfere with the creativity of it. Because it's really easy to get so stuck on replicating something that it just becomes stiff and not good, you know? But I'm just always looking at photo reference. Honestly.
Photo reference, yeah.
And like trying to pull from nature, you know, and
and make it look more
fleshy and, you know.
Yeah, because I do always tell people one of the things is like finding a balanced level of realistic anatomy, but yet finding the fantastical thing that can fit in there that may not be exactly perfect, but it's believable.
Exactly.
So that because you've got to be able to tweak anatomy to work for the piece.
Yeah.
The character.
Yep.
So it can't always perfectly be like, oh, I'm just gonna look at this person's mouth and copy it.
Copy it, right? You can't do that. It goes back to the Botine thing too. It's like,
oh yeah, he would push it.
Does
really
it make sense?
Weird.
No, but is it cool? Yeah, you know, like it's just like,
so
as long as you're doing something cool, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, but you do want to follow, you know,
the general rule of thumb.
And then try to expand and you know, kind of push it. You know, it's about pushing real life, you know, anatomy.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I always get on the corners of the mouth. Always is a weird, tricky spot for me.
Yeah.
For some reason. I mean, eventually,
2 places, you know, the top lip and the bottom lip meet.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird. I find that sometimes I do the same thing too much. So now I'm always trying to find
like a new
balance here.
I like what you have going on there with the lip. You know.
Yeah, like this is still part of like what was here. And then it's all missing here. It's all.
That's great.
You know,
it's excellent.
It's just like a.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I gotta add in my earfold, my Rick Baker earfold.
Yes, the compression. And I love the asymmetry in the eyes. It's great.
Well, I did this like where this one's pushed up.
Yeah.
And in. Mm-hmm. This one's out and down, and then there's these weird cheekbone eyes, which never. I'll be honest. I always thought like anything cheekbone eyes was just a bad design decision until I, did this design in Photoshop, and then I was like, that's creepy looking. I gotta find a way to make it work, and I gotta be honest, it's not easy because it's like I think even now it still looks a little silly and weird. But I think when I get to the painting and I settle everything down with rakes and I get to the painting, I think they'll work. It'll work better. So I'm not trying to worry about it too much. When I do these too, by the way, guys, like these I don't know if this helps anybody, but when I do these over the ear Rick Baker, I'm just gonna give Rick the credit because this is where I stole it from. It's where we all got it from. These folds, the compression folds. I always kind of have them almost die off immediately around the back of the ear. You know, they don't go all the way around the ear. Like I always like to have them kind of die off at the top of the ear to a sharp point, and then as they come down the side of the face, you know, they widen out a little bit. And then you can even give them like shape. You know, you can don't just make them straight like boom. You know, try not to. I know one thing is like try to break up your wrinkles. Don't let your wrinkles just be like like one straight shape. Or like even these forehead wrinkles, I'm gonna end up breaking it up somehow. Like, you know, maybe this one stops here, you know, and then it rounds out, and then, you know, then it starts again here. And I think you've kind of got some of that going on in yours too. I always have to fight with wrinkles for a while to get compression. Yeah. Like that's a big thing for me. Like and it's easier in wet clay. Like I struggle bad in Chavant with compression. I can't get it. I get it. And then Super Sculpey, I can get it the best. Yeah. Nothing can touch Super Sculpey for compression wrinkles. It's like that clay just is designed for. I always say I wish I could sculpt masks in Super Sculpey if I had the patience. I just don't have the patience.
Tom Keebler.
Tom Keebler, man.
He does it. He's
that
amazing.
Guy's work is on another level. That guy sculpts everything in Super Sculpey.
It's amazing.
Hands. And I get why, dude, because you can get those real wrinkles so amazingly well in that stuff, you know. What time are we at now?
We are at 7:40.
Okay, cool. Still got a little bit of time. We're still jamming, guys. If you have any questions, let us know, because we're just answering questions all night as we're here. We got another.
I have a limit. I'm gonna stop answering questions at two. You got 2 more left.
2 more, and then you're done.
Then I'm done. No more talking.
Man, you guys better hurry up. Better come up with some good ones. 2 more. No, it's gonna be done. I want to hear like mask designs that people have.
That'd be cool.
Anyone have any good mask designs?
Yeah, that'd be really
like like an idea you've been dying to do. And maybe people don't want to share because they're afraid of getting ripped off. But if you have a good one that you've wanted to do, sound off in the chat. Let us know what that is. I always like to hear that. Or here's another one for you guys. Like, what are your favorite mask companies? What are your favorite masks?
Yeah, let's hear.
You know, Zagoni, Distortions, Be Something Studios, Dawn Post. What's the other ones? Topstone, and what's it? Oh man, what was the one, man, from back in Ghost Factory?
Alterian.
Chedzar.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. You know, sound off. You know, or what's your favorite mask, or what, you know? I don't know, just anything like that.
Yeah, Matt McNeil's saying the Nightmare series by Distortions.
Nice. Oh yeah,
that's
good.
A good one.
Brilliant.
That's a good one.
Brilliant.
My Mental Factory is saying that they're still planning on doing a mashup Dracula bucktooth pufferfish mask.
Oh yeah, we were talking. We were talking about that.
It'll happen. I will do my best to make it scary and bizarre, they say.
Awesome. Good luck with it. That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I remember when they first mentioned that, I think you and I were talking about, like, oh, how would you do the teeth? It's like, oh, they could be, like, super buck tooth and sharp at the... It's, like, 2 giant, like knife-shaped just things at the front. Yeah. That's a super cool idea. I think it'd be cool to see somebody make, somebody's probably done it, but a mask that's just like, there's no eyes, it's just mouths. Like, there's mouths where the eyes would be, a mouth where the mouth would
Have
be.
you ever wanted to see a mask that has ball sacks for eyes?
Oh, God.
No? Well, I did one. It's right there.
Oh, jeez.
It's right behind the blue thing.
Oh, is it?
When you start saying no eyes, yeah, that thing, man, right there in front of you. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Hit you right now. No, but I didn't. Okay, I
did. They were just folds of skin.
I did do, and they're not balsa. They happen to look, and people always comment, but it's not really what it was. But I did do a mask with no eyes, which, creepy enough, was based on a real thing that some kids have been born like, with no eyes. And I did this genie mask with no eyes, and it had kind of like UFC fighter ears, you know, the cauliflower ears. It was a cool mask. I really love that. It was one of my more realistic, creepy masks. You know, it's kind of very subtle. Had a weird lower lip and kind of a puffy lower lip and a couple little jagged teeth. But yeah, I did this genie mask with it. It was cool. It had no eyes. All right, so I'm gonna start digging in here. We'll see if anyone sounds off. So Matt McNeil, yes, definitely. Nightmare series is sick.
It's a great one.
Those are good. Distortions. One of my favorite distortions masks was Malpractice, and a lot of my real favorites were the Rick Stratton masks. Remember Rick Stratton masks? Noah?
No.
What?
I don't.
Heavy Metal?
Oh, Heavy Metal, yeah.
Rick Stratton. Yeah, Heavy Metal and Gargoyle.
Who sculpted Alien Dead for Death Studios?
Oh, that
Steve.
Oh my God, I'm gonna blank. How can I blank on that? Because I redid that mask.
I love that thing.
Steve Furiola. Steve. Oh my gosh, I can't even say it. What am I doing? Furiola. Steve Furiola, I believe, is what it was. Am I saying that wrong? Oh my God, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Why am I blanking on that? I redid that mask. I should know this. Shame on me.
It's great.
Yeah, he designed that, and he designed Bite.
Yep.
And I think one other. There was one other too. Do you remember? I forget which one it was.
Who sculpted Jonathan? It's the one with the really big, kind of mutated face.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Joe Zombie actually has an idea for a mask. A Medusa.
Furilla. Oh my God, why can I not say that, dude? I used to be able to. What was that, Steve?
Fiorilla?
Fiorilla? I can't even say it. Fiorilla. I know, like, when Jeff at Death Studio says it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Here, you look at it. Steve Fiorilla. I can't even say it, dude. I'm like, huh? Fiorilla. Is that it? Yeah, Fiorilla.
That sounds right.
Steve Fiorilla.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, sorry. Actually, no, I am sorry because, Steve passed away a long time ago. He was a great artist, though. Really awesome. Yeah, he did some awesome masks.
Yep.
Fiorilla. Something like that.
Yeah, Joe Zombie was saying it'd be a cool idea to make a Medusa Karen mask.
Medusa Karen?
Yeah, a Karen basically with Medusa's snake hair.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a Karen that lives right near us. Oh my gosh, dude.
See, we got a couple more really great ideas.
That's funny.
Matt McNeil says, Matt McNeil says that they like Jordu's Gothic Demon.
Oh yeah, there's a classic. That's a classic.
That one's great.
They came out with a new version from Trick or Treat Studios, but I kind of like the original.
Yeah.
The best. There's something about the original. I mean, the new one's great too. It's like a little more of a cleaned up version of the old one, but the original one is super cool. Gothic Demon. Yeah. I would say one of the more inventive masks from Death Studios that Jordu did was Healer. Like, have you never seen a mask like it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a pretty striking thing
Yeah.
because it's just so huge and tall and.
And he did all of those when he was like 19, right?
Yeah.
He was a kid.
Young. Yeah.
I've always really
What
loved.
about Miles Tevis masks?
Yeah.
You know,
Unreal.
good stuff there
Unreal.
too, man.
That goblin.
Swamp
you know?
Witch. Goblin.
Swamp Witch. Yeah.
Swamp Witch. Goblin.
You were gonna say one, Noah?
Oh, I've always really liked the Top Stone masks. I honestly like the illustrations.
Yeah.
More than the masks, but like I think it's called Graveyard Ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
I really dig it.
I've got 3 up there.
Nice.
3 of those illustrations.
Yeah.
Dude, here's a mask, by the way.
Great.
An old Death Studios mask, which I think might have been called Gargoyle or something else.
You have a gargoyle, right?
Yeah, not that one. Remember the one, it was only out briefly. It was sculpted by Chris, sorry, what is it? Chris Wallace.
Mm.
Did you ever see the mask that he did?
No,
Jeff? No?
No, I wasn't even familiar that Chris Wallace did a mask for Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff has a mask that he did. It's rarely ever seen. Jeff told me he still thinks he may have a copy or something somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't. I've been begging him for that thing for a while, but so I'm hoping to get that.
Yeah, Chris.
But no, Chris Wallace did this mask, and it was like a gargoyle thing. I can't remember if it was actually called gargoyle or something else. I think it was. Man, that thing was sick. So cool. Yeah, when do you ever see a mask from Chris Wallace?
It's amazing.
Chris, make more masks. He does a lot of paper mache monsters and stuff.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, crazy. He's like, there's all these Lovecraftian things.
You know who I want to see make a mask?
Who?
Paul Komoda.
Oh my God,
Paul
yeah,
Komoda.
dude.
That
Paul.
would...
What is taking Paul forever to make a mask? Come on, Paul, make a mask.
Paul. What's up?
He turned to the dark side. He went to ZBrush.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's not the dark side. It's probably the smart side.
Yeah.
It's really more of the smart side. No, yeah. Paul should make a mask. I know he's talked about it.
Yes.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I can tell you what it would be. Be
Yeah.
some guy whose face is whoa,
Yep.
whoa, you know, as Paul would put it.
There's actually a couple folks in the chat right now talking about Alterian Studios.
Ghost Factory.
Nice.
Tentacle Alien.
Yeah.
And then I believe Matt McNeil is saying that he actually has a copy of the Alterian Studios Hemlock that he purchased in the 80s.
Wow. A hemlock? Oh man, Matt, don't let me over your house, dude. It'll disappear. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna steal it. Hemlock. That's the sought after one. That's the one everyone wants.
Was that the one Joe Noble was asking if that was done by Chet Zar?
Well, it was, wasn't it?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I know there was one that they talked about. I think it was like the one with the really it was just like meat, I guess, and they sculpted it with their feet.
Oh my god!
It was just like a meat face thing.
That's awesome. Sculpted it with their feet. Meat face. Yeah.
Man, I love that people are like talking about that. That's awesome.
That is cool, man. That's good.
People are remembering that. That's cool.
Ghost Factory.
Yeah.
That's sick. I remember first seeing those magazines. You would always see the Swamp Thing one, though. I always wanted to see the other one, but you always see the damn Swamp Thing one. And they were in, like, Fangoria.
Yeah.
You know, they'd run the ad. I'm like, God, stop showing me that. I want to see the other ones. So I knew they had these other cool ones.
I would say the one that I most think about. I don't think it was ever a mask, but it was the one that you showed, Casey, by Georgiou, Supreme Intelligence.
Oh yeah.
That little mini bust.
That one, yeah, he did do a large version. It wasn't a mask; it was like a bust.
Uh-huh.
You know, like you could never fit this on your head or anything, which you know, the point wasn't making it like realistic anyway. But yeah, when you'd walk into his studio, his Van Nuys studio, his original studio that where I first met him, he had it hanging on a wall. It was really beautiful and bitchin'. It had amazing paint job on it. There's like realistic blue skin, like outer space skin, kind of blue skin, blue gray skin, all modeled and interesting, and it just stared at you. You know, it just had this like fucking stare through your soul. You couldn't ignore it.
Even just the bust I was looking at, I'm like, God, it'd be so cool to get a life-size one of that and put it at the end of a hallway, like a dark hallway.
You know what's I think is so cool about masks as an art? That's another thing we were talking earlier, like about like why it's such a cool art form, because it's 1-to-1 scale typically. And when you have them hanging up, like in my studios, you can't ignore them. Like when you look in when you come in my studio, you see masks. You know, people from outside in the street, they only comment on masks. They don't comment on the toys and the collectibles. It's these giant heads of things, of monsters staring back at you.
Right.
That is what I love too about mask making, you know, as like a reward. When you get that mask done and you mount it on your wall or something, or you put it on your shelf and it's just staring back at you, man, you can just sit and look at it for hours, and that's magical to me, for sure. I think might keep this side of the face not as chewed up.
Yeah.
Less chewed up, maybe?
Yeah, I like asymmetry and stuff. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, somewhat, but not as much. I'll do some holes and weird stuff.
That makes it saying he loves the shelves covered in Batman figures. Like, these two right here.
Oh yeah. That's my McFarlane Batman little section that I have. Batman is definitely, when I grew up as a kid, that was the one superhero that I thought was the coolest, just because he was more like a darker thing that fought creatures and different weird characters, and I didn't really identify with him as a superhero, you know. It was like more of like he could almost be a monster in his own right, you know. I think that's why I identify with Batman so much. And of course, you know, Man Bat was cool too, you know, a giant bat creature that he fights every so often. And then the Joker is basically a monster, freaked out, psychopathic monster personality. So I identify with Batman stuff quite a bit. I love that stuff.
I think, speaking of Batman, it'd be really cool to get like just a group of just a group of mask makers together in a room and be like, all right, your prompt is Clayface, go for it.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get like 5 very different things.
That could be really fast to sculpt.
Yeah.
They're done. Yeah, no, that would be cool. Clayface is a great one to do. You know, it's funny, that has become such a sought after character that statue collectors really want to see done, but very few companies do it. But the market's there. It's just the companies need to execute, you know? Like if they do and they do it well, it's going to sell. Because there's I just always hear guys saying they want a good Clayface. They just want a Clayface at this point. You know, because not everybody goes for Joker or you know, the more popular characters.
Harley Quinn.
And not even Penguin, but like Harley Quinn, Joker, Harley Quinn, Joker, Harley Quinn, Joker. Like, you know, every once in a while you'll get what's some other ones that
Odd Red Hood.
Red Hood, or yeah. But it would be cool. Oh my god, I'm yawning. How am I yawning? Anyway, it would be cool to see Clayface.
It's a great question to bring up 3 minutes to show end. What did you guys think of the new Batman?
Oh. Yeah, no, I actually liked it, dude. I think we talked about this on one of the other streams. Yeah, we talked about when I was sculpting the Batman. This Batman.
The
guy,
vampire Batman.
The penguin-y vampire Batman. I liked it. It was a more it's more of the detective-y kind of version of what I've kind of always wanted to see them do in a film. I mean, I also get why certain people didn't like it, but I like it. I thought it was good. I thought it was well executed. That's just me personally. Like, would he fit in the Justice League? No. Like, you got to keep that with the other guy, because that's just established now, and it's just a different kind of Batman vibe. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. What about you? Did you see it?
I did.
Did you like it, or did you?
I feel like I can't judge anything. Okay, for the record, I hate everything. I don't know why I'm like this. I like Goth Batman.
Wow.
Like, Goth Batman's cool. But and also I'm not like a big Batman fan.
No, you're not.
So I feel like I can't weigh in.
You're a big monster guy.
Yeah.
Period. Like monster horror movie.
Monster,
period.
gothic.
And I think what it is, I know what you mean, dude. You're because I have that too. We really like the old school stuff.
Yeah. And just the way the kind of modern storytelling, I'm not crazy about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Goth Batman was cool though.
Yeah. Like, we love Halloween 3.
One of the best movies of all time.
Halloween 3.
Oh, Season of the Witch?
Season of the Witch, man.
Tom Atkins. One of the best actors of all time.
You know what's funny? I see more and more people talk about that movie nowadays.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's the hidden gem of that whole arena.
Dude.
Is that movie.
Of course.
It is. It truly is. And it's funny, it was such a bomb, dude. It was such a bomb when it came out, because all people wanted to see was Michael Myers. But if you get to the core of what that movie is about, which is this warlock, which is, a warlock is a male witch, right?
And he's out to kill children.
He's out to kill children by melting their heads with snakes and insects and a laser beam to melt their heads when they wear masks at a specific time on Halloween night. They watch that crazy commercial, which everyone talks about. Oh, the song drives me nuts. But that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be annoying, It's supposed to be really annoying, and that's the creepy factor of that whole thing. Is that's what this guy has. He has a mask company, and he's making these masks to actually harm kids, and it's pretty, when you really think about it in that context, it's like, whoa, shit.
He's worse than Michael Myers.
Yeah. He's trying to kill every kid out there.
Kill children.
So,
you think about the time, too. It's like, what kid wasn't wearing a mask on Halloween? Like,
right?
Yeah.
Especially in the 80s, man.
You want to go on a killing spree? That's how you do it.
Yeah, it was like, whoa. So that movie has a huge soft spot in my heart, and I love it. I love that movie, man. I love when they go to the Dawn Post factory and they show
and they have to heat up the latex.
Oh yeah,
it's a very specific.
First we heat the latex, then we cool the latex. It's like, what the? Oh god.
Everybody on their special effects team is like, what movie am I working on right now?
They're just making shit up.
Yep.
I love it, dude. Just make
Great.
shit up. Well, let's make it sound more scientific.
Yep.
You got to heat the latex. You got to cool the latex. Yeah. Well, what about back there? What's back there? I want to go back there. Oh, no. This is a lot of volatile chemicals. Can't, we don't want to. Oh, even for your best client? No. Dude, that's a classic, man. So if you guys haven't seen Halloween 3, give it a chance, man. You'll love it. It's so good. It's just a classic, man, Forget Michael Myers for 2 minutes. Yeah. Michael Myers is cool for the first movie.
The first movie is one of the best movies of all time. But.
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth, man. Nothing will beat Halloween, the first movie. That movie is so good. It is the epitome boogeyman movie. But and everything in it, the soundtrack, the acting, everything in it is so solid and so well done on such a tight budget, but so amazing. You can't beat it, man. It's a spooky old 70s classic. But Halloween 3, man, is the shiznit too, in its own right. Did you ever hear the plans they had for that? Like, you've heard
to do an anthology.
Yes.
Right?
That should happen, man.
That should have happened.
Should have happened, and it should happen now. Like, why not just do it now? Actually, dude, you know what's funny is Chris Nelson was talking about this with Sean Clark on their latest thing, and I couldn't agree more. Like, that would be sick to see that done now. Like, do a proper Halloween 3 anthology, like Season of the Witch anthology takeoff thing.
Right.
That would be killer. Yeah. If it was done right.
Be awesome.
Get some cool special effects, you know. Masks, kids, warlocks, witches. I had a buddy of mine that would it was when we were working at ADI, dude. All he would talk about is witches from space witches. Michael Broom. He just wanted to do a movie about space witches from space. I was like, you're nuts, man. Witches from space. He's like, no, think about it, man. It's genius. Like, sounds like shit, but okay.
Isn't that a Misfits song?
Is it?
No.
Is it a Misfits?
Witches from space.
Witches from space.
Sounds like it.
Oh my god, he would always talk about that idea.
I'm gonna run from the witches from space.
That's it. That's it.
Witches from space. Don't steal that idea. It's Mike Broom's. It's his idea. Yeah, so I don't know. How's it going, Noah? How's your mask coming, man? Huh?
Not good.
What?
No, it's going. It's going. Still very rough. You know what I'll do?
That's all right though. Finding it.
Yeah, if I have time, I can post it. A more finished version in the
I mean, it's
Facebook group. You know.
Yeah, you've only been working on it for a few hours, man.
Yeah.
A collective, 6 or 7, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So. I guess it wasn't fair because I had this more established, so I've worked on this for several episodes and I worked on it for a few hours off the episodes. So, do we have any last minute questions before we say goodnight to everyone?
Let me check.
Because I know we're on our way out, guys. We're on our way out. So if you have any questions or anything you want us to talk about, go over, we'll do it now.
Here's a good one from Matt McNeil. No love for H2?
Well, dude, okay, we were talking about that tonight. Actually, you asked me what I thought of that. The older, it's weird. I do remember liking it, and I do remember, like, when I would go back and watch those Halloween films, 1 and 2, and it fits right in, I thought. I did think they shouldn't have, I did kind of think they should have just left it in with the new movies, like not get rid of it. Like they always say, like, okay, all those other movies don't count except for the first one. I kind of feel like the second one did fit though. Like, I don't think anything was wrong with it. But when I go back and watch it now, I am a little bored with it. Yeah. Like I'm not finding that I'm enjoying it the same way as It's definitely freakier and more gloomy because who wants to be stalked in a hospital when you're injured and you can barely get around?
And Dick Warlock.
Dick
is
Warlock,
great
yeah, he's great.
As Michael Myers. That mask, the way it aged, is really cool. Yeah. I like the opening when they're kind of reenacting the ending of Halloween, and they cut to the ground, right, the grass where he fell. Yeah. And there's this giant comical outline of Michael Myers, but it's like this giant. It's great.
Yeah.
And any movie that has Donald Pleasance in it.
Oh God.
That's
really
it's worth it.
That dude carries those films, man, so well. Now, okay. Here's some love for these Halloween fans out there, dude. I'm gonna say this, man. One of the best, creepiest opening films of all time. The opening, like just the very opening of the movie, in my opinion, has to be Halloween 4. Yeah. Halloween 4's opening, just the first minute.
It captures autumn.
It captures it so good. It's so perfect and creepy. You know, it's too bad that movie wasn't a little bit stronger in a way, because, man, it could have been a really, really fantastic movie. And it does have some awesome mask stuff in it, like at the general drugstore. You know, that scene where she's trying to find a costume. She finds the clown costume, you know, obviously, but there's these cool masks. In fact, they show a Seymour right there. Remember that mask? That's so cool. I've always wanted to recreate that mask. That mask is cool. That was designed by a special effects guy. Who was that? He loves a lot of Star Trek stuff. Oh my God, can't remember his name now. I'm so bad with names. Sorry,
me
guys.
too.
I'm horrible with names. Steve, is it Steve something? He's on Facebook. God, I'm terrible. I gotta catch up on. It's been so long that I've thought about these things. I've forgotten everybody's names. But yeah, no, that Seymour mask is amazing.
Yeah.
Love that thing. Yeah, super, super killer mask. And, well, I mean, I think I've gotten some refinement done on this pretty good. I mean, not where I'm going to take it eventually, but it's getting there.
Looks great, dude.
Yeah, it's getting there. Trying to get these to feel more fleshy, too, you know. This one's definitely feeling better now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of bring this though. Figure this out.
Picture right there for them so they can see what your reference is.
Yeah. Super cool. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Remember, guys, we will be doing next Monday, which is just a few days away, 4 days, less than 4 days. We're going to pick some random winners that can win this little bust right here. Wanted a copy of this little mini bust here. And what we'll do is have a painting contest. Who can paint it the best or the most interesting or whatever. And you're free to just do whatever you want. You know, come up with your own idea, your own thing for it. Don't look at what I did. Do your own thing. It's kind of a cool thing. It's a mutiny, cyclopsy guy, you know, think imaginatively with it. And we'll give like 10 of these away. And then your job is to paint it over a 3-week time period. Paint it up. Submit the pictures. We'll have a date where when you submit the pictures to me, to my email, and then we'll judge them on the show and pick 3 winners that'll each win something cool, like maybe a bigger, cooler bust of mine, like a unpainted bust or something. I'll have to figure it out, but you'll get something cool. So that's what we're gonna do. So stay tuned on all the next shows. Make sure you're with us. Make sure you're joining us. Sorry, apologies again that we had to change Monday Night Monster Jam twice this week. Believe me, it's not because we wanted to. It's just because we had no choice. So we will be back next Monday. Promise, no switcheroos on you guys. And we'll do this contest giveaway and we'll get started. So, but tonight I do want to thank our special guest. Awesome dude, super talented mofo, Noah Rivers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll call you
Thank
Mo.
you.
I
Yes.
can't say that actually.
Yes.
Super talented Noah Rivers with us tonight. I want to thank Sam Catarsano for all his help. As always, he helped us get this all set up, working smoothly. Always super helpful dude. Couldn't do the show without him. Noah, thanks for joining, man, and sculpting with us. I know you just started this thing, but it's looking cool. I love it. It's going to be creepy.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. So
we're making boogity masks together, dude.
Boogity.
Remember, we always talked about doing this.
Boogity.
We always talked about doing this, but it's happening on a live stream.
Yep.
How sick is that?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up forever on YouTube.
It's
So we can
awesome.
always look back and enjoy these memories.
Yeah.
And we got all you guys with us that joined us.
Yep.
And thank you for all your awesome questions tonight. Sorry, I tried to answer them as best as we could. Please like and subscribe. It helps us out. If you know anyone interested in this type of show that wants to join or would love this or is interested in getting into mask making or monsters, please send them this way. Have them check out the show. Maybe they'll join in and subscribe. We would appreciate it. We want to grow the show as best as we possibly can with your help. One big family. Remember, we have a Monday Night Monster Jam on Facebook. You can check that out. Go to Facebook, join Monday Night Monster Jam. That'll keep you going throughout the week if you want to see other work or share your own work or talk or ask questions, whatever. You can always find some more of my work on Casey Love Designs, which is my Instagram. My website, caseylovemonsters.com, where I have an upcoming in-person class. You can sign up there under in-person classes. And Mr. Noah Rivers, you can check out his work at
Noah Rivers Creature Design.
Noah Rivers Creature Design. Be sure to check that out and check out what Noah's up to, man. He's doing some cool stuff. Sam, do you even have an Instagram?
I do.
Do you want to even give it out? Nah. Is it family, personal?
Okay. It's personal.
It's personal.
All private.
Sam's is personal, so we won't be giving that out. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you again. We will see you Monday night as usual. Thanks for joining us tonight on Friday Night Monster Jam. We had a lot of fun. It was a cool way to end the week, and we hope you guys had a blast. From me, Noah, and Sam,
Yep.
peace out, guys. Later.
Peace.
Keep making
Thank you.
monsters.